Preparing for Super Success. Super Session 1, Objective C. State Action Agenda, Individual Annual Plan. Objective C is that after this tutorial, you'll be able to create your individual annual plan. Let's take a look at individual annual plans and individual action agendas. I want you to think of the individual annual plan as the folder that Super uses for your individual action agendas. The individual action agenda describes your specific plans for the coming year. Extension educators have 1, 2, or 3 individual action agendas for each year. Now, let's investigate creating your individual annual plan. After you have logged into Super, this is the screen that appears. Click the link for Individual Annual Plan Home. This is the screen that will appear. Now click the link for Create New Individual Annual Plan. You will be prompted to enter the year for which you want to create the individual annual plan. Indicate 2006 and use the Save Changes button. Now click on 2006 and you have set up your individual annual plan. You will want to attach 1, 2, or 3 individual action agendas to this plan. So use the Add button to add individual action agendas to your plan. When you click on Add, this is the screen that comes up. You may add a new agenda that's either a state action agenda or you may make your own. So let's look at an example where we create a new individual action agenda that's based off of a state action agenda. We will use Tennessee Saves as our example. So indicate Tennessee Saves with a click, then click Save Changes, and notice that your individual annual plan screen here has changed. Tennessee Saves has been added as one of your agendas. If you made a mistake and you added the wrong agenda, simply click on Delete Agenda here on the right of your screen. Now we're ready to create that individual action agenda, and we will click Tennessee Saves, and we notice first that the items from the state action agenda have already populated our individual annual action agenda. So in this case, the Tennessee Saves base program is Family and Consumer Sciences. The knowledge area is Family Economics. Click the Edit button here to indicate the number of days you will devote to this program. Then click Save Changes here, and notice that the number of days now appear on your individual action agenda. The issue statement is populated from the state action agenda. Click the Edit button so that you may make additions which are specific to your county. Once you have finished making those additions, click Save Changes here, and notice that your additions are added to your issue statement. Plans for the coming year is another section where items have transferred from the state action agenda. So notice the target audiences and the plans for the coming year have transferred. You will want to click the Edit button and take a look at the target audiences that have been indicated for this state action agenda. If you are targeting 4-H, then leave that selected. If you are not targeting business owners and cooperatives, you may deselect it by holding down the Control button and clicking on it. Again, if I'm not targeting government officials as part of the Tennessee Saves action agenda, I would hold down on the Control key and click on government officials. The same would be true for parents or older adults or a limited resource audience. Again, if you make a mistake, it works the same way. Hold down on the control key, click limited resource, and you'll see that audience highlighted. I'll go ahead and deselect professionals and volunteers. The next thing you want to do is to create your text for the activities, events, and products that will be completed in this year. So one way you might do that, for example, is with a calendar. And this feature will allow you to type in what you need to type in, describing your plan, but it will also allow you to use the links and to use the text that was given from your state action agenda. And again, you can easily delete those items that are not applicable to your individual action agenda, and you'll have those links saved there in your individual annual plan, and you can access those at any time. You'll notice that you have rich text formatting tools for your narrative. These include bold and italics, and also you have features to make lists, and you even have features to insert and edit links. You also have features to change the font and to change the size of the font. When you've completed this section, hit the Save Changes button, and you'll notice that all of your changes have been saved to your plans for the coming year. Partners and resources work the same way. Again, you have the rich text formatting area where you can indicate those partners and resources who are essential to the planning, delivery, and funding of the program. And after you have indicated that, then you'll want to estimate the resources to be expended for this agenda, and that does not include county, state, or federal funds. This is an estimate of in-kind contributions and other contributions for the planning, delivery, and funding of the program on the local level. Then hit Save Changes, and notice that your changes have been saved to the individual action agenda. We will discuss outcomes and impacts later in another tutorial. The planned evaluation methods, again, these transfer from the state action agenda. Funding transfers from the state action agenda. If you have a specific grant or you need to make a change, then use the Edit button. Simply make your change or your addition. Save changes, and notice that your changes are saved. Unique qualities of the program works the same way. Use your text editing area to add those unique qualities. Use the Save Changes button. Of course, this will also work well cutting and pasting from Microsoft Word. Now, let's take a look at scope in the individual action agenda. This is how scope will appear in your individual action agenda. To make changes, simply click the Edit button located here. This is the screen that appears that allows you to edit the scope. You'll notice that your unit defaults. That unit can be changed if applicable. Next, indicate multi-state or integrated research and extension if that's applicable to your individual action agenda. If you indicate multi-state, you will also need to indicate the states involved. More than one state can be indicated simply by clicking on the state, then holding the Control key and clicking another state. Once you have finished your edits, simply save changes, and the correct scope appears on the screen. In the case of Tennessee Saves, this program is being conducted in Cumberland County. Tennessee Saves represents a statewide effort. It is a state action agenda. In conducting this program in Cumberland County, there are 2 multi-state partners involved in Alabama and Kentucky.